Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to Man Made of Thoughts. This is yet another comic book review of No One Left to Fight, number 3. So, anyway, uh, as we last left off with No One Left to Fight, number 2, Vale was in a pretty, I just want to use this word, titulating situation involving Wenda at the end of it. And I predicted, or, I made a prediction saying that, yeah, he's too much of a good guy, Greg, to pretty much act upon, this woman throwing herself at him. And for the most part, I was actually right. Anyway, so it's written by Aubrey Sitterson with the art and colors by Fico Ossio and Taylor Esposito on X. All right. Anyway, so once again we get Billy Katz. He's not as lame as he was last time, but he does offer a little bit of a somewhat actually funny part. Like he actually says that he had a power ballad called "Row." Scratch me there. Yeah, I don't know. I thought it was funny. So anyway, yes, Wenda and Vale, she's really trying to put the moves on him. And I do have to say that the artistic storytelling of this, like, it's very easy to follow. Fico Ossio, he did some really, really good work. Like, some of the stuff you can literally follow with your eyes, like just the small attentions to details, like Vale here holding this hammock, trying to get that in focus there, and then he flips it. It like because anybody who knows anything about something, when you cross your hands, it's going like that very motion. You are gonna flip. You are gonna fall. There's a lot of small visual cues like that, and I did feel like Wenda was very, very strong character, the way she was written, because her feelings, she's pretty much like, look, I'm not that little girl that that you grew up with. We're not brother and sister, even though you might see me that way, but that's not. I don't want to be that girl to you, and I feel like it's pretty justified, really. And but it just kind of underscores this because he turns her down, and what happens? She takes it personal and does a move called the Bam Bam Balam. It's a power blast this is very, very cool scene. She blows up the room that he was staying in, all because he turned her down. And I felt like this underscores exactly what he was thinking. Like uh, the fact that like she's trashing this dude, like he's in a crater and she's just beating the crap out of him, and he's like, I'm not that little girl anymore. Why are you like this? And he's just like, I don't know. I don't know. But his lines are so passive aggressive, and I'm trying to figure out like what happened to this guy. Like really, what happened to him? He seems like he doesn't really want the adventure. No one knows at this point because we have no idea what's going on with him. I mean, like just look at his lines. He's got stuff like, Wenda, I I can handle it. Just take it out on me. And she's like, no, you don't get to play the nice guy. You you don't deserve to be the nice guy here, which is what she says, right there. And there's a lot of attention to detail here, and I'm gonna skip a couple pages. Anyway, his PTSD kicks in, and he's, having a dream about them being together, being on the beach. He's pregnant with their other kid. And then he wakes up, because we are introduced to our bad dude, the Hierophant. And he makes an interesting proposition where he tries to offer him this thing And I guess presumably this thing, um, it's this flower-looking thing. Presumably, it takes away your limitations of death, but it probably turns you into this guy. And let me tell you, if anybody with a Kung Lao hat shows up to try to give you a proposition, it's probably not a good one. But what I don't understand is what exactly are Vale's powers? Because okay, we got a glowing green eye right here. Okay, then we've got X-Men, like straight up X-Men. Scott Summers' second son. Like the power eye thing going on. And I'm trying to figure out, like, I understand this because he's telling them, no, I don't want your transformation. I don't want any of that stuff. I just want to be left alone. Leave me alone. It's an interesting take. It's an interesting twist because so far, kind of the story just didn't really it really wasn't going anywhere. It was just like establishing rivals, but it wasn't really going anywhere. But now, we've kicked things into high gear. We even got some playful, jokes between Timur at Vale's expense, because he makes it seem like Wenda and Vale actually had sex so explosive that it blew like the room apart and all that stuff. So Krista is like, she's just like, all right, Tamar, like, stop teasing him. And I do like this bit of world building that they're doing here. They have this thing that they do with their hands to show respect. You'll see it right there. And I believe Wenda, she does it. She does it again at the end. And yeah, it's it right here. Very nice colors, very nice line work. I really like the line work here. I couldn't really find anything wrong with this issue, and I felt that her reaction to Vale was pretty realistic. Like, he tried to explain himself, because he told her, like, look, I just don't love you. I only love Krista, and so this kind of makes you think, okay, maybe Vale's kind of a dirtbag. Like, he's scheming on his best friend slash rival's wife, and he's not gonna let her go, despite the fact that he knows that she's married and has the other guy's kids. He's still gonna just play his cards. I felt Wendell was kind of justified, not justified in attacking the guy, but more or less like he didn't even want to hear what she had to offer. He just was like, I'm just not going to listen. So anyway, at the end of the book, we get Wenda learning the magic school bus lesson, the power of friendship, and why you're never alone when you have orphan kids. Um, this is cool. This title right here is really cool. It's Enter the Arboreal Sanctum. And then once again, you expect like the writer's thoughts, maybe some fan mail. No, we don't. We get this about Steeple and a guy talking about Netflix pitches and Sopranos with cartoons, and I'm like, that's a no for me, dog. But anyway, this is actually going somewhere. They introduced the Hierophant, and he even taunts Vale. I didn't want to really ruin anything, but he taunts Vale about his inabilities now. So whatever happened to him, I guess he's getting older and his body is becoming more fragile. Like, don't they? But good read. This is, like I said, like I continue to say, this comic reads like it should have just been like a maybe 100-page graphic novel that collected like the first 5 chapters into one, like condensed, and then we went on to volume 2 or something. I think that would have been the better way, because this weight is killing me, and the story kind of it progresses really, really slowly. So I'm I'm trying to see what happens here because I really like the premise and I like it, but I don't know what's going on. Like, we like I said, we just got introduced to our main villain, but aside from that, there really isn't any real drama in here. Um, Despite what this cover has you believe, Wenda holding Vale back like he's really about that life. It's just not. It doesn't happen that way in this comic. So, a little bit of teasing, a little bit of foreshadowing, and all that stuff. But I'm waiting. I'd say give it a read, but I'm gonna buy this because I do want to support it, so that it makes it to trade paperback, so they can have that sort of stuff for you guys who might not try to read this, but would like it collected. I hope it doesn't become like a Battle Chasers or you know Cannon Busters, where it never finishes. It just starts and then it leaves you hanging forever. But anyway, that's the review. If you like it, you want some more of it, like, share, comment, subscribe, or whatever. Anyway, it's Cortez, and peace out.